Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Tears across WWE Nation. Roman Reigns and Randy Orton's big announcement. In the world of WWE, few names evoke as much emotion, respect, and awe as Roman Reigns and Randy Orton. Both have been pillars of the company, shaping its legacy and cementing their places in wrestling history. When news broke that Reigns and Orton were planning a big announcement, the WWE Universe braced for something monumental. What fans didn't expect, however, was the deep emotional impact that this revelation would bring, sparking tears across the WWE Nation. Roman Reigns, the Tribal Chief, has been the face of WWE for years. Since his transformation into the head of the bloodline and his iconic Universal Championship reign, Reigns has become an unstoppable force. His dominance, storytelling, and aura have made him a central figure, with the WWE Universe riding the emotional highs and lows of his every move. On the other hand, Randy Orton, the Viper, is one of the most decorated superstars in WWE history. With 14 world championships to his name, his career has been marked by his cold, calculating in-ring style, his legendary rivalries, and his ability to evolve over the years. Orton is not just a WWE veteran, but a future Hall of Famer whose presence has defined multiple generations. Both men are synonymous with WWE's golden eras, and when they stood together in the ring for the first time in months, the gravity of their announcement was clear. The October night on Raw, advertised as a career-altering announcement, began with a solemn atmosphere. The WWE Universe filled the arena, and fans across the world tuned in, wondering what was to come. As the familiar music of Randy Orton hit the speakers, fans roared with excitement. But when Orton entered the ring, the usual cocky swagger was absent. Instead, he wore a more serious, almost reflective expression, the kind that only comes with heavy news. Moments later, Roman Reigns' entrance filled the arena with energy. As he walked down the ramp, there was something different about his demeanor too. The Tribal Chief was not here to boast or impose his dominance. Instead, Reigns, like Orton, looked ready to share something deeply personal. The two men stood side by side, microphones in hand, their gazes locking briefly before turning to the crowd. Reigns was the first to speak. He thanked the WWE Universe for their unwavering support, a rare moment of humility from a man who typically plays the part of an untouchable leader. He spoke about his journey, not only as the face of WWE, but as a man who has overcome incredible personal challenges, including his battles with leukemia. Then he paused, his expression growing heavier. Sometimes in life, no matter how strong you are, you have to make decisions for yourself and for your family, Reigns said, his voice cracking slightly. The crowd fell silent, hanging on his every word. He continued, "This is not the end of the Tribal Chief, but it's time to slow down." The crowd, taken aback, remained silent for a moment before a wave of murmurs filled the arena. Reigns clarified that while he would still be present in WWE, his schedule would be reduced significantly after WrestleMania XL. His goal, he explained, was to focus on his health, his family, and giving back to the industry in new ways. And then he handed the mic to Randy Orton. The fans knew Orton had been battling injuries, particularly his back, which had kept him out of the ring for much of the past year. The rumors of his return had been swirling, but nothing was confirmed until now. Orton, visibly emotional, spoke with a sincerity that fans rarely see from the usually cold-hearted Viper. "I've been doing this for 20 years, Orton began, his voice steady but filled with emotion. "I've given everything I have to this business. Every drop of sweat, every injury, every match, it's all for you." The audience began to chant, "Thank you, Randy," as Orton's eyes welled up. "But sometimes, your body tells you things that your mind doesn't want to hear," Orton continued. "After the last injury, The doctors, they told me that it might be time to hang it up." The crowd gasped in shock. Orton smiled sadly, shaking his head. "I'm not ready to do that yet. But like Roman, I have to listen to my body. I have to listen to my family. I can't be the legend killer I once was, not every night." Orton announced that while he was planning to make a return to in-ring action, it would be limited. "I will still be here, and I will still fight, but I have to fight smarter," he said. "This isn't goodbye, but it's an adjustment. It's a way for me to give you all more time, to make sure I'm here longer." As Orton spoke, fans could see the struggle in his eyes. His career had been defined by his toughness, his refusal to show weakness. But now, standing in front of the WWE Universe, he was showing a vulnerability that only further endeared him to the fans. As the two legends stood side by side, it became clear that this wasn't just a typical announcement. This was a moment of transition. Two of WWE's greatest performers, both physically dominant and mentally resilient, were acknowledging that time, health, and family come first. The crowd, which had started the night full of excitement, now found themselves somber, many with tears in their eyes. Fans around the world took to social media to express their emotions. For some, Reigns and Orton's words hit close to home. They had grown up watching these men rise through the ranks, dominate the ring, and defy the odds. To hear them talk about slowing down was a sobering reminder that even the strongest are human. For many fans, Roman's announcement was a stark reminder of his past battles with leukemia. And though he assured the WWE Universe that his health was fine, the acknowledgement of stepping back felt like a protective measure, one rooted in self-care. It was a sign that the man who had conquered everything in WWE was making a choice to preserve himself for the future, both in and out of the ring. Orton's announcement carried a different kind of weight. Fans had speculated about his future for months, and though they were relieved to hear he wasn't retiring, the reality of his injuries and the uncertainty surrounding his physical limits brought a wave of emotion. Orton, the legend killer, the Viper, the man who had seemed indestructible, was now admitting that his career was in its twilight. As the night came to a close, the WWE Universe was left with a profound sense of gratitude and sadness. Roman Reigns and Randy Orton had been constants in a world of changing faces, providing fans with countless memories, matches, and moments that would stand the test of time. But their announcement also signaled the future of WWE. Reigns' reduced schedule and Orton's limited appearances opened the door for new stars to rise. The next generation, superstars like Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins, and Rhea Ripley, would now have to carry the torch. Yet, despite the bittersweet tone, one thing was clear: Reigns and Orton weren't going anywhere. They may be stepping back, but they were still ready to fight, still ready to create more unforgettable moments. The WWE Nation cried tears of sadness, but also of joy, knowing that the legacy of these two giants would continue, just in a new way. For Roman Reigns and Randy Orton, this wasn't the end. It was the beginning of a new chapter, one filled with gratitude, legacy, and a promise that their stories were far from over.